All right. Hello, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers. And tonight is our Streamlining Automations workshop inside of eCom Sellers Academy. So, what I want to encourage you to do is grab a pencil and pen. Some of this information might be helpful, or you can come back and rewatch it. In any case, we're going to go ahead and get started with this workshop. I'm just going to double check to make sure we are live in the Facebook group, just in case we are not live in the Facebook group. So many things. Dun, dun, dun. So I hope everything is going well with you. So let me go and I had to check one other place. So give me just a second. Yep, we're live. Live. That was me talking to myself. Okay. All right, I will start again. Hello, this is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is the Streamlining Your Operations workshop. We're going to be talking about a couple of different ways you can streamline or automate your e-commerce operations business. It will also dovetail into scaling opportunities as well. As you streamline, it also gives you opportunities to scale at the same time. So, a little bit about myself. I am the co-founder and the creator of eCom Sellers, all things eCom Sellers related. I've been selling online since 2014. I've been selling offline unofficially since 2008. I'm a single mom with 2 special needs kids, and I am also the vice president of a nonprofit. So this workshop is being taught from a perspective of a new seller or intermediate seller perspective. If you're an advanced seller, you may already know all of this, and so it may be irrelevant to you, but there's probably a couple of little golden nuggets in there that you might be able to use. So feel free to take advantage of this information. You can use this method on any of the platforms. So if you're selling on Amazon or eBay or Walmart, Shopify, whatever platform you're selling on, you can use some of these tips to help you with automating your business operations. So by the end of the workshop, you'll know some of the ways in which you can streamline and automate your operations. You will know some of the ways in which you can use a VA to help you in your business. You'll also learn about fulfillment centers and some of the questions that you should ask if you're going to go with the fulfillment center. We're also going to talk about e-commerce tools, which I forgot to put here, and other ways you can outsource your business operations. So before we get into it, just a couple of things. You know, the one thing that is most important about this e-commerce journey is your mindset and being focused on the things that are going to help you in your business to be consistent, to be focused, to gain some momentum, to get some growth in your business. So you have to remember at the end of the day that you're the business owner. Everything that happens in your business is all your decisions. We can give you suggestions and guidance and input, but at the end of the day, it is all driven off of what you decide you want to do with your business. So, just do everything that you can that you feel is going to make sense for your business. I would spread out some of the ideas over a couple of months' time. So, one of the suggestions I do have is tackle one thing at a time. If we're going to talk about VAs, then focus on acquiring a VA, training a VA, and making sure they're up to speed before you take on another thing in your business. If we're talking about outsourcing to a fulfillment center, again, first acquiring a fulfillment center or doing some investigation about it, and then beginning the process of testing that fulfillment center and then outsourcing, waiting until you launch the next thing. So tackle one action or activity in your business at a time. Don't try to do them all at the same time because it'll make you crazy. And by tackling one thing at a time, it is not something that's going to happen overnight. You may end up doing some of the things that we're talking about today. They may end up happening over a 6-month period or a 9-month period or a year period. Because for me, it's all about, when you are going to ready to implement something new in your business, you need to have at least 2 to 3 months just to be able to determine if it is even working. And in some cases, 6 months may be necessary because there's certain times and seasons in this journey of being an e-commerce seller where doing something for a brief period of time is not enough time to even gauge whether or not it's effective or not. Next, I do want to encourage you to build a budget. You should have a budget for your business. Know how much you're going to spend. At least build a monthly budget. You don't have to have a weekly one. I don't know what method of e-commerce you're using, whether you're using retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, drop shipping, print on demand, whatever it is. But whatever you decide to do when it comes to automation, you are going to have to spend some money. There will be some free things you can do, but there will be things that will cost you money. So you should establish a budget, and you should always work towards recouping that money back within 3 to 6 months. Okay. So that is the same premise if you're scaling a business as well. I encourage you to build a schedule, be consistent about the schedule. And as I said before, allow it anything that you decide to do 3 to 6 months to see the results or the fruits of your labor, and be consistent when you start this journey. Figure out how to incorporate it. So we are at the end or the middle of August. We're going into Q4. So September and 3 months in is not a full amount of time to be able to execute something new in your business, but there are little things that you can do to maybe accelerate that. So let's talk about those things. And maybe you will be able to roll out some of this during Q4, or you can use some of it to help you scale a little bit more in your current Q4. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is tools. I just need you to know that you don't need tools to get started in e-commerce. A lot of people use tools. Some people don't use tools. For the longest time, I bought a bunch of different tools and I didn't use them. So you can decide as you continue on this journey, there will be things that you will naturally, organically, with repetition, get better at. So sometimes the tools are helpful and sometimes they're not. They can definitely help you with streamlining some of your operations. So as we talk about these tools, I just need you to know you are not required to acquire any of these tools. You're not. So let's get started. So, why you should consider using tools. Now, they can help increase your productivity, improve your performance, and streamline or simplify your operations. Yes, definitely. Some of them can. Some of them are going to take time just to even learn them. So, the amount of time that it takes to learn it and the amount of time to actually execute the work itself, you need to make sure you account for that. If one of the things that you're doing is product research and you want to use a tool to do product research, whatever you currently have scheduled for product research time, if it's an hour every day or an hour 3 times a week, you need to add at least an hour or two on top of that just to get comfortable and understand the tool that you're using. It's definitely going to have a direct impact on your product research. Okay. So will it get better? Yeah, you'll get faster and better over time. I want you to think about it like, the first time you were introduced to Microsoft Excel. For some people, they took to it like, swimming in water. Like it was just easy for them. And they understood it very quickly. For others, it was like, wait a minute, I don't understand. How do I even launch this tool? What do I use it for? How do I create formulas? And so it's a process to learn the tool. You have to allow time in your business. So if you have a very tight schedule in your business, you're only working your business 20 hours a week or 10 hours a week, and of those 10 hours a week, you got like 2 hours allotted for product research, then you need to add an extra one for the product research, learning the tool, because it's definitely going to impact your product research time. So you'll have to find that extra hour from somewhere, or 2 hours, or however much time you have allotted. There are free tools out there and there are paid tools, but I highly recommend that you only consider acquiring tools when you're profitable. If you're not profitable yet, then I don't recommend that you get tools yet. Okay. So when you're unable to perform a task or activity, or required to perform an action, like that's when you should consider tools. So if you are a person, the example I will use is, let's say that you have a lot of money, but not a lot of time. So you're a seller that you have the ability to spend $1,000 or $2,000 a week in your business. That includes inventory, that includes VAs, that includes tools, that includes using prep and fulfillment centers, but you literally only have 5 hours a week to work in your business. Well, that's when some of the suggestions around automating or streamlining your business makes sense. If you have money but you don't have time, then investing in a tool may help you with the amount of time that you do have available. There's going to be some other things you want to put in place, like maybe a VA outsourced to a prep center. But again, that's one of those things. If you're a person who has little money, but you have a lot of time, than initially starting off and grinding a little bit in your business until you get some traction, and then acquiring some tools makes sense. But you need to be profitable first before you start acquiring tools. So, some of the tools that you could use to help with your e commerce business, I'm going to go through them fairly quickly. As far as search engines are concerned, or search tools, the four that I have listed on the right hand side, which is Amazon, Google, Walmart, eBay, they're all search engines. Search engines, when you type in the first couple of letters or whatever you're looking up. So if you go to Google right now, or you go to Amazon or Walmart or eBay, and you type into the little box, dog leash, and don't just start typing it, dog and then LEA, and just stop. What you're going to find is it's going to automatically start giving you or displaying right below it the top 10 combination searches for the first few letters that you're typing in. That information is pure gold, and it's free. It is pure gold and it's free. Why? Because that's giving you keywords that people are typing in to find this product. They're giving you keywords of the most searched results that come back for this particular type of product or related products. So if you typed in dog space L, leash may be the first thing that comes up automatically without you even typing out the rest of the words for leash, but something else could come up. So that gives you some insight to other words that may or may not be related to your specific product that you can actually use in your description or in your listing in some form or fashion. Okay. So using free tools, love them, love them, love them. Then your next few tools, which is Helium 10, Jungle Scout. I forgot to put Data Spark. Data Spark should be on there too, but they are paid tools. They do have some limited free version of it, and but they will help you with doing some level of product research. Those are great product research tools. Keepa is another product research tool. Again, there's a free version of it. I think it's the Chrome extension on some of these, and there's a paid version. But if you're looking for product research type of tools, add Data Spark to that list. So Helium 10, OA X-ray, Tactical Arbitrage, Keepa, all of those are really good tools to help you with that type of research. Below that, TaxJar, if you are using selling on Shopify, then TaxJar is a good tool to use to help you with dealing with your taxes. Deliver, now these are not necessarily a tool, but there's some two prep centers listed. So Deliver or fulfillment centers. So Deliver and Canada Prep and Fulfillment, depending on where you're selling. There's more on fulfillment centers, but again, another way that you could outsource some of your operations is to go with a fulfillment center. We'll come back around and talk about that. If you're needing graphics, Graphic Rhythm Design and Floxy can help you with that. If you're needing some legal support, there's Seller Basics, to help you with suspensions and IP claims and things like that. You also have Jeff Schick Legal that will help you with that. There's some other free tools, Pingler and Ping Farm, to push your listings out to other platforms. Title Builder to help you with building titles for your listings. Title Builder works really well on eBay, and so you can take versions of that and tweak it for eBay, for Amazon, and for Walmart. And the titles that you create for products on Walmart and the ones you create on Amazon should be different. So keep that in mind. There are differences. The way that you can start to learn some of that is you could do some reverse engineer research. Look up dog leashes on Amazon and look up that same dog leash on Walmart. There's probably some differences in how that title looks. Shouldn't be verbatim, word for word. So do that level of research to figure out what the difference is. In most cases, when you're listing things on Walmart, the keywords definitely need to be in the first 3 to 4 words of what it is. What it is needs to be in the first 3 to 4 words. And then other descriptor words or helpful words will be beyond that. Whereas on Amazon, you'll see these huge long titles that are crazy. So there are some differences there. eRank, if you're selling on Etsy, is a great one to help you with keyword research. List Perfectly and Vendoo will help you with cross listing your products onto other platforms. Listing Mirror, Listing Mirror and eCom Dash will help you with omni-channel or multi-channel listing. That means that we're sending listings over to from Walmart to Amazon, from Amazon to Shopify, from Shopify over to eBay, like to multiple platforms. They're also sync them up and clean them up, meaning that if the listing is if it sells on one platform, you only have one inventory for it, then it'll sync up your inventory levels as well on all the other platforms. Whereas Vendoo and List Perfectly don't do that. And they also don't take the listing completely down for you automatically. Listing Mirror and Ecom Dash, and there's some other tools that are like that. Um, Ecom Hunt, Dropify, Spocket. All of those are great tools for Shopify sellers. So if you're a Shopify seller, they can help you with product research and, with finding dropship suppliers to integrate your listings into Shopify. So import them into Shopify. They do have, some of them have free and paid versions, so you can use that. Merchant Words can help you with keyword research along with Keywords Everywhere Trend. Google Trends will also help you with keyword research, and then MLAs and AMZ Suggester Expander Chrome extension. All of those are great tools to use. Even if you're not selling on Amazon, using Amazon as a source to do some of your product research or to better understand what's going on is always a great way to get started creating your listings on other platforms. I'm not saying take the listing from Amazon and copy it word for word to somewhere else. I would never recommend that. You want to tweak it for the platform in which you plan to sell it on. But Amazon can give you some great insight on keywords and other things that you can use to help you with your listing. All right, some other tools so all of these can help you with some level of streamlining the amount of effort that you're investing or spending doing something. So definitely consider that. Then your next one is if you're wanting to send your listings over to other platforms, like if you are wanting to share it out, we have Pingler and Pink Farm to push it out so you can get backlinks, push it over to other platforms to get backlinks. But to cross share it over to over to Facebook, not Facebook Marketplace, but maybe your Facebook fan page or your Instagram business page. You can use tools like Later, Buffer, Hootsuite, Social Bee, Promo Republic to cross share your listings onto other platforms. These are not free products, they are paid, but it gives you the opportunity to have your listings appear on other social media platforms, thereby from the original source. So if the original source is Amazon, you're getting more backlinks back to your Amazon listing. Backlinks matter because that helps increase the presence and the importance of this particular product in the universe. So when people are searching for it, it could potentially increase the frequency that your product shows up when people do random searches. So if you're selling dog leashes and you've cross-shared your dog leash listing over to Pinterest and to your Facebook fan page and to Instagram and to Twitter and to TikTok, wherever you're putting it, you're creating backlinks back to your original listing of that particular dog leash on Amazon, whatever the product is. So listing your product on other platforms will help increase the traffic that you get to your listing, or could help increase the traffic to your listing. You want to make sure your fan page, the name of the page, or the name of your store makes sense so that people can find those products. If it's something random like ABC Enterprises, nobody knows what that is. Doesn't make sense to anybody, even if that is your business name. So think about something that is a smart way to list your products on these social media platforms so that people can come find them. So, fun products. Oh, sorry, fun. I'm making up something on the fly. So maybe fun toys for kids. If you specialize in selling a lot of toys, that may be, what your Facebook fan page says. Even if the name of your business on Amazon is ABC Enterprises, you need something that's catchy that people will be looking for. So if somebody is looking for toys on Amazon, and you have the name of your business is called Fun Toys for Kids, it's a high probability that your fan page will come up, that your Instagram page will come up, and they will find your products, and you can link them back, or you can share the link of your product from Amazon onto those social media platforms, and you'll get some sales. So the great thing about these tools is they have schedulers in them. So the schedulers will allow you to have some level of automation so that you can automate those posts, thereby not having to spend all day sharing social media posts. So you could spend maybe an hour every Sunday scheduling out all of your social media posts for the entire week on all of your social media platforms, and then let them post automatically on autopilot, sending them back to the original source if that's what you want to do. You also have the ability, if you wanted to set up Facebook shops and set up an Instagram shop. But again, you're trying to streamline operations. So scheduling 1 hour to schedule all of your social media posts for the week makes sense. But think about what you want your social media pages to be named based off the type of products that you sell. So if you sell products for dogs, then think about that. If you sell products for kids, think about that. If you're selling generic hash podge products, then maybe, like, I don't know, deal savers, web savers or something like that. So the people go, oh, okay, like I can find products where I can save on them versus 1, 2, 3 or ABC Enterprises. Nobody knows what that is. So I just wanted to think about that and how you want to be found and all the products that you're associated with being found. Okay. So these are tools that are paid, and you can use them to help you streamline your operations, so that you don't spend all that time doing the post yourselves. Just schedule them all on a Sunday. So the next, we're going to talk about a virtual assistant and why you should hire one. So a virtual assistant or VA is a person that can be available to you to help you in your business, running your business operations remotely. They can take on some of the low hanging fruit activities that go on in your business. So some people are like, what are low hanging fruit activities? Well, I mean, it could be anything from, doing keyword research. Maybe they go and type in the search engines and grab all the keywords so that you can create the listings. Maybe they create the listings. Maybe they use your tools that you decide that you're going to get, like List Perfectly or Vendu, and they cross list your products onto other platforms. There's all kinds of cool things that a VA can do for you. But the first thing you got to do is you got to train them. So, using them to help you grow or scale your business or to streamline it, because again, if you don't have a lot of available time, a VA can help you get some stuff done. Now, you do have to train them. You do have to make sure that they have access to what they need access to, the appropriate level of access, and so on. So, why would you hire a VA? Because you want to multiply yourself, you want to increase your productivity, and you want to multiply your products, your profits. There is some risk, so you have to be prepared for that. You do need to have a budget for your VA. I would encourage you to have at least 3 months worth of salary set aside before you hire your first VA. So whatever you have allotted, $200, $400, $600. You also need to decide, do you want a VA that's in the US or do you want an international VA? An international VA may take a little bit longer to train. A US VA could take a little longer to train if they don't have any prior experience. But a US VA is definitely going to cost you more money than an international one. I can tell you that. So you have to decide that, and you should have, and my recommendation is at least 3 months worth of income set aside. You need to think about what you want the VA to do. Have an idea. Everything doesn't have to be perfect, but you at least need to have an idea. What is the thing that's taking up the most time in your business operations that you feel like I could hand over these 5 things to a VA so I can focus on higher income producing activities and let them do these things. Like, I don't know, responding to emails from customers, or, if you have a Shopify store, maybe you're getting direct phone calls, or Walmart store, you're getting direct phone calls. Doing some level of product research. They're not sourcing for you, they're just doing some product research, and then you decide what you want to buy or source and what you don't want to buy or source. They could be doing keyword research for you. I mean, we could go through the list of everything they could be doing, but you need to decide what type of VA you need. Do you need someone to do simple tasks? Do you need someone to do a little bit more complex tasks plus a simple task? Or do you need a specialist? A specialist is someone that maybe runs your Facebook ads or Instagram ads, or maybe they create your graphics or they do your marketing videos. That's more of a specialist type of position. Whereas a thinker, you can give them some of the things I've mentioned before. A doer, you have to give them basic, simple things. A doer is more like a person that is, filing things alphabetically in a file drawer. So there's nothing complex about them. You give them a stack of files, A, B, C, D, with the last names, A, B, whatever the person's last name is. Alphabetical order, tell them, hey, you put all the A's in this file folder, B's in this file folder, C's in this file folder. And it's the same thing. They don't have to think about it. They just do the work. And it's, I guess, I won't say mindless, but that's probably the easiest way to describe it. If you just need a doer to do mindless work for you, then again, finding a doer is probably easy. Thinkers, you want them to be able to think through and analyze some tasks that you're giving them. You don't want them just to do things blindly because you're going to have to redo their work. You don't want that. It's very annoying, very frustrating. Trust me. I've been experiencing a lot of fun lately. So make sure that you think through what you need before you go any further. So as you're going through the process of bringing on a VA, some of the things that you need to be prepared for is not assuming that. Well, first thing is knowing what you want to outsource. If you don't know what you want to outsource, then that's going to make it really hard because you're going to hire a VA and you're going to be very frustrated with their work performance. If you're not organized in your business, you hire a VA and they're going to be frustrated with you. So you need to get organized, or a little more organized than you are today. Next is hiring a VA really, really cheap and expecting them to be like a specialist. I would not, that's going to be a tough one. And if you hire someone that you're expecting to do everything, but you're not willing to pay them to do that work, then you're going to get what you pay for. So you're probably going to get a doer and not a specialist. You need to be prepared for that. So an example might be hiring someone to work 20 hours a week, every single week in your business for $200 a month. Okay, that's fine. You need to know what you want them to do for those 20 hours. That's the first thing. The second thing is you can't expect them to do specialist work if you're not willing to pay them a little bit more. Maybe you have to pay someone $400 a month or $600 a month for those same 20 hours to get a higher quality, higher level resource. Um, Not establishing your expectations from the jump. You need to know what their schedule is going to be, what hours they're going to be working, when can you connect with them, how are you going to connect with them. Then making some other mistakes is not diversifying the tasks that you give them. This mistake is a big one because again, if that person leaves and you're stuck and you have to do the work, or you have to train somebody else to do it. Now, if you've recorded some Loom videos and written up some um, operational instructions, then you can work with another VA to take over that task. But again, you need to make sure that as much as possible that you have a couple of backups for whatever the task is that you're trying to outsource, or a game plan, plan B, plan C. Next is not setting up the VA correctly. Extremely important. You need to make sure that they have access to what they need access to. You need to make sure that they have the tools. If they don't have a laptop, they don't have access to the internet, it doesn't do you any good to hire that person. They can't work on your business from their phone the whole time. That's just not practical. They need to be on a computer, depending on what it is you need them to do. Okay. Not allowing the VA enough time to get up and going. Again, as I said before, I would encourage you to at least allot 3 months. If you allot 3 months, works out so much better. If you don't allow 3 months to get this person up to speed, in other words, 3 months worth of income is set aside so you can train them in the first month. Your first month is just bringing that VA on board and getting acclimated and granting them access to everything, having them go through your Loom videos. Second month is them getting a little bit better, a little bit faster, fine-tuning any of their questions, improving any of the instructions that you've given them, and they should hopefully by the end of that month start producing some level of revenue in your business. The third month is just making sure that they are 100% ready to go on their own solo, and that you just check in with them from time to time. So month one, you might be meeting with them 2 or 3 times a week. Not 2 or 3 times, 3 or 4 times a week. Month two, you might be meeting with them 2 or 3 times a week. And month three, you might be meeting with them once a week. So all of that you need to be prepared for. The next one is not listening to their ideas. So over a period of time, once they've been with you, they're probably going to have some ideas that can help you in your business operations, and you need to be prepared to receive that. The other thing is listen to the questions that they ask you at the very beginning. Either record those meetings or write down what their questions are. If they have lots of questions, that means that if you've created operating procedures for them to follow, your operating procedures may not be thorough enough to answer those questions up front. Now, again, when you're working with international people, sometimes there's a language or understanding breakdown, and that could be contributing to it, but you just need to be prepared for that. And then last but not least, not sharing your vision. They need to know that you have a plan for them, that you plan on helping them to grow and to be able to do more and in your business long term, that you want them around long term. And this is not a short term gig for you. If it is a short term gig for you, tell them that. I just need you for Q4. But if it is not a short term gig, then you need to be prepared to, share with them, this is my long term vision. I see you being able to do this after Q4, or I see you being able to help me with this, or I would love to help get you up to speed in this area. So what they start off with now may not be what they do in the future. Let them know that if you want them to be around, that you want them to be part of your business growth and your vision for your business. That's extremely important. All right. So getting started with that VA, first you need to document your processes. Then after you document your processes, you need to record using Loom or any other tool you want the instructions or the over the shoulder display of those actions, whatever it happens to be. You can reach out to a few different companies. This company list that I've had, I probably need to update it, but the point is that there are lots of companies. You can do a Google search for virtual assistants. The list of virtual assistant companies that are out there, or freelance companies that are out there right now, is a lot, especially since COVID. So this is by no stretch of the imagination a large list. Like, there's a bunch of them. So do some research with them. Some of them will require you to use them as a resource. In other words, freelancers will sign up to work through them, and then you will pay that company, and that company will give the money to the worker. There are other companies where you're hiring the employee directly. And there are some companies that offer a service that says, you will do this number of hours for this much money. So they might work 20 hours a month, and you have to pay $600. You just have to be prepared for whatever type of model. There's so many different models out there. And maybe we'll have a separate session just talking about the different models, because it's a lot of discussion there. The next thing is to give that VA or create an order for a test. Like, okay, I need you to find 20 makeup products that are set that I can buy at, I don't know, Walgreens, and I can sell on Amazon for a higher price. So you got to give them a test of some type. And you just put it out there, and people try to fulfill it depending on which platform you choose. Then based on the results, you can decide whether or not this person or these people that applied are worth having a secondary conversation. Or if this company, based on the responses you get back, offers great service. Okay. If they do, you can go ahead and hire them. If you don't, then you can just continue to do your research to find somebody. That's the reason why I say, you need to have 3 months worth of income set aside just for getting started. So I don't include, I only count when I actually hire someone. The 3 months starts from then. All the test stuff, that's just extra work. So you need 4 months worth of just the first month is just all of the testing and weeding out all of the potential bad applicants until you find that right one. And then you have to go through the onboarding process with that person to bring them on board with your team. And then the 3 months starts from there. Okay. So you're going to monitor them for the first month really, really close. Then you monitor them again at 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. What I typically do is I ask my VAs, After they've been with me the first month, what questions do they have? What concerns? Do they like the job? Do they not like the job? What things do they think that we can improve in the job based on what they know in that first month? It may be valuable information or it may be useless information, but it's still a question. Then, after they've been with me for 3 months, I ask the same questions. In 6 months, what would they improve? And what don't they like about the job? And then 9 months. So, again, just checking in with your VAs over time, that helps to build or foster a relationship with them, and that helps you to have them longer. So again, as some of the I mentioned before, some of the things that you could do with your VAs is let them do some of your product research, create listings for you depending on the platform. The tools like List Perfectly and Vendu, they don't have to have direct access to some of your accounts. They do, but they don't. Like, you could connect your accounts and then they can work through the back office tools to push the listings over to the other platforms. So it's something to think about. Um, they can go do product research for private label ideas or white label, really. Keyword research for you. If you're doing print on demand, they can create products for you. They can do some of your customer service. They could create websites depending on their skill level, or fulfill orders if on Shopify for you. They could list on other platforms, which we talked about before, and they could handle your emails. They could do some of your customer service, take care of the calls. So those are some of the things that they can do. They can also do all of the social sharing that I mentioned before, listing cross listing your products on the other platforms or using the tools that you have. So maybe you do have a subscription with List Perfectly and you have a subscription with Later. So they could list your products on other platforms and they could cross list it over on other social media pages for you as well. That's going to drive more traffic to your listings and get you more traction. And somebody else could be doing that work so you don't have to do it. Okay. So cross listing, they could go through and take some of the keyword research that they've done and help optimize some of the posts for the keywords that people might be searching for. So if I'm searching for dog leashes, that's something that I want to make sure that the words that people are searching to find a dog leash are in my post, my social media posts. Okay. They can also help you if you decide that you want to do paid traffic. They may do some of the research to go see what paid ads are already out there on Instagram or Facebook or Google or Bing or even YouTube ads. They could also help you with running campaigns on your own social media, your own selling platforms. So Amazon, you can create campaigns on Amazon, eBay, create campaigns there, Etsy, do promotional campaigns there. Same thing with Walmart. So depending on which platform you're selling on, you could have that VA help you with some of those things as well to streamline your operations, or you could develop a game plan for some of those things. So you decide what you want to focus on and then begin the process of doing paid ads. And that's the reason why having a budget is so important, because you're going to be spending money on tools, you'll be spending money on VAs, and then you'll be spending money on campaigns or promotions. All of that matters. So I just literally went through promotions, ads, campaigns, and marketing. The thing that is so important is you do need to decide which tools you want to potentially use to help you with some of that, where you want to run your ads, where's your audience for the specific product, where do they live, where do they hang out. If you are selling clothes, like I think it is called Comment Sold. I think that's what it's called, where you can do live selling. If that is a thing that's going to help you to get more traffic, that may be helpful. You maybe can have a VA splice up the video for you and create some YouTube shorts and then have links back to your products that will get you some more traffic. So again, streamlining some of that extra work so you don't have to do it yourself. Having a VA help you with some of that might be helpful. But you could use, as I mentioned before, Facebook ads and Instagram ads, Google ads, Bing ads. All of those things will help you to get some more organic traffic. The other thing is helping you with email marketing. So if you're selling on Amazon, you're not necessarily marketing, doing email marketing campaigns. You do, if you have brand registry, if you registered brand, you can do email campaigns within the tool. But Amazon does not like you collecting the email addresses of your customers. It is what it is. Whereas on Walmart, they don't care, or some of these other platforms, they don't care. Uh, Shopify, you definitely can own your own email list. So being able to have a site where people can find your products and you can capture their email addresses, and that way you can market to them as you go into Black Friday, Cyber Monday. You can market to them for the holidays. You can market to them for special deals. Maybe you have a Labor Day sale. Maybe you have whatever it happens to be. You can market to them. Okay. So figure out what you want to do around your email marketing, email campaign. Again, maybe a VA can help you with that, or maybe you purchase a tool that helps you with email marketing. There's a couple of different email marketing tools out there. I know Active Campaign and Klaviyo, they're really good, but they're also expensive. There's some that are less expensive, like SendFox. You're not going to get the same level of marketing functionality. Sendinblue is a little better. So you can go through and look at the different email marketing tools that are out there, but start with at least the basic. A lot of them, they give you the opportunity to do free accounts. So MailChimp, when you have under 2,000 subscribers, it's a free account. Um, some of the others, I'm trying to think. I know that SendFox, like there's different tools that are out there that if you have less than 2,000 subscribers, then yes, you can do free ads. So look into that. It's a very good opportunity to, as you're building your list, to get more sales, to get more traffic, to get more traction on your business, to get more eyeballs, and to attract more people to your business, depending on what it is that you sell. If you sell a variety of different products, then email marketing may not make sense. But if you really do specialize in some specific things like makeup or pet supplies, then creating email marketing campaigns can help you to get more sales, and having a VA send those out or schedule those out for you. That's the great thing about email marketing tools. You can schedule it. They can help you with drafting the emails. There's also some free sites where they will help you with drafting the email body as well. So I forgot to list those. I don't remember one off the top of my head, but there's a couple of sites where you can build your email copy for free. And then you can just copy it into your email marketing tool. And if your email marketing tool is free for you right now because you don't have a big subscriber list, then that costs you no money. Okay. Video marketing. Video marketing is so important. I think one of the two biggest ones that are the most important right now is YouTube Shorts. Well, three: YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikToks. When it comes to getting more eyeballs on the products that you're selling, those three can help you tremendously. Also, creating on some of the platforms, they allow you to do this, creating a demonstration or a demo video or a usage video showing the product in use. Those can help you to sell your product. So in most cases, you have like 8 to 10 spots where you can put images of your product, showing it from the front and the side, and showing it in an environment where it is in use, or where a lifestyle video, or sorry, image. You can also turn all of those images into a video and make that one of your image attachments. So turning your those still pictures into a video can help you, because people are visual buyers. The first thing that attracts them to whatever it is that they are looking for, they're going to put in keywords, yes, but the first thing they're going to see is the image of whatever the product is. So if they click on that image, then they're going to read the title, and then they might see your video. And that video might be the thing that flips them to buy your product or to refer someone else to buy your product. So consider doing some videos. Videos have been growing in popularity. And so if you can do videos, that can help you increase your traffic, and taking those still pictures and turning them into a video. And there's some free tools out there to do that as well. You can have your VA do that. So whatever you're selling, you can have your VA turn those still images, those 8 to 10 still images, into a video. You can attach it to the listing and get more sales or get more traction potentially. And you can also have that VA create, some shorts and have them schedule them using the scheduling tools that we previously talked about. So all of that can help you on this journey. And make sure that in the first like 10 seconds that you're putting pertinent information, or you're putting something that's eye catching, because people have short attention spans, very, very short. Last but not least, we're going to talk about using fulfillment centers versus prep centers. Another way to streamline or automate your business operations. This is the window. If you're going to outsource to a fulfillment center, this is the time to do it. Don't drag your feet anymore. Let's make that happen now. So outsourcing to a fulfillment center means that you're going to have them fulfill the order like you would send it into Amazon FBA or to send it to deliver. They're just fulfilling the order. They're not prepping it. Prepping it means that you are if you're putting together things in a bundle, you're putting the do not separate sticker on it, or you are putting it in a poly bag that has already got the suffocation verbiage on it. So it's already prepped for shipping to the customer. Nobody has to do anything else to make it ready. If it has to be prepared to go to a customer, you have to remove labels or stickers or add stickers, or tape things together or put them in a poly bag. Then you need a prep and fulfillment center. Prep services and fulfillment center services are two different sets of services. Some offer both in the same facility, and there is a cost for each one of them. So again, building that budget, starting with the budget first before you move on to these. You need to have a budget for the stuff. I will tell you that a lot of the fulfillment centers that are out there, you can find a few that cost you less than what you would pay for Amazon FBA. So you can still be selling on Amazon and using a fulfillment center to fulfill the orders. When you're selling on Amazon and you're using Amazon FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon, that fulfillment by Amazon is going to cost you some money. If you do merchant fulfilled, then that difference that you would have paid between Amazon FBA and shipping it yourself is the amount that you could pay to a different fulfillment center and maybe get better service, faster service, or pay a little bit less in fees. Because Amazon fees are a lot. I'm just going to be honest about it. So in any case, a fulfillment center, again, will ship the product to your customer. You send it to them and it's already ready to go. You do have to establish an account with them. And there may be some extra stuff that fulfillment center needs you to do. Whereas a prep center, again, there were some combinations of the two, but a prep center is going to make the product ready. They're going to put it in a poly bag for you. They're going to put put it in a suffocation bag. They're going to put it in, put the do not separate if you got bundles. They're going to do all of the things that need to be done with the product so that it is ready to go. Okay. So if you have a lot of inventory in your house, in your spare bedrooms, in your attic, in your garage, that might be a time to get a prep center or go with a fulfillment center. I could go on and on with this, how much time it's going to save you. I'll just say this. If you're getting 10 shipments a day and each one of those 10 shipments takes you 10 minutes to prepare to get out the door to send to your customer, that's that's 100 minutes. And so do you have time to do that if you are working a full-time job and you're got to get the kids together and got to get homework done and forms signed and get your school clothes ready and get your lunch boxes to pull together? Like, if you don't have the time, then a fulfillment or prep center might be the thing for you. If you do have the time, that's fantastic. If you decide, okay, you and your husband or you and your wife tag team and say, you get the kids ready for bed on Mondays, I'll do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'll do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then you guys rotate who's doing the shipments, and that's fine. But if your volume is such that it's too much, then you might want to outsource to a prep or fulfillment center. If your inventory is taking over your house, you might want to outsource to a prep or fulfillment center. And if you want to buy back some of your time, you want to spend a little bit less in shipping supplies, and you want the space back, then you might want to outsource to a prep and fulfillment center. So the benefits, there's a lot of benefits. You get your time back. That's the first thing. You have less inventory going in and out of your house. Depending on where you send it, you could pay less than sales tax, maybe. Um, you don't have maybe the inbound shipping fees because you can send it direct. You can order inventory from whoever, whether you're ordering it from AliExpress or from a specific company, and then have it sent directly to the fulfillment center yourself, thereby only paying that shipping cost to there and not to you and then to them. So save on some money there. They potentially could help you with a faster turnaround. Amazon during this time of the year, as you get in closer to Q4, they're getting more and more shipments in from sellers. And so the different fulfillment centers are prepared to receive it, but sometimes they get a little slower than expected. And so going to a smaller fulfillment center that doesn't have, like, I don't know, 500 employees, because some of the Amazon warehouses have a lot of employees. Maybe the fulfillment center you decide to work with, they got like 50 employees. You get a more personalized care, more personalized service. Just know that if you outsource, if you're selling on Amazon and you're deciding that you're going to go with someone other than Amazon FBA for fulfilling your orders, let's say it's Deliver or ShipBob, that is still considered seller fulfilled or merchant fulfilled. Okay? Even though somebody else is fulfilling it, as far as Amazon's concerned, they're not doing it. So anything that Amazon is not doing is considered seller fulfillment or a merchant fulfilled. So you need to be prepared for that. And the great thing is that you can see the difference in price between Amazon FBA and merchant fulfilled and the credits that they give you. Okay. With outsourcing to a prepper fulfillment center, you get some freedom there. And, there's a lot of benefits. So I'm just not even going to go through that whole list. But the things that you need to consider if you're going to go with the fulfillment or prep centers, you need to figure out the location, what services they have available, their cost, their promised turnaround, and what is their plan for Q4. If they've been in business for a while, I would encourage you to look at fulfillment centers that actually have been in business for a while. So if they've been in business less than 3 years, maybe less than 4 years, I'm not interested in them. If they've been in business 4 or more years, I'm interested in maybe having a conversation. I like my fulfillment centers to be around longer than that, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. So try to find one that's older, not a new one. Okay. Um, Sales tax free if there's an opportunity for that, depending on where you're selling from. So that can help you. If they charge you for additional supplies, so let's say you have some pieces of inventory that require some other kind of special handling, maybe some additional bubble wrap or something like that. Will they charge you extra for that? Or will some of the smaller things, they'll just like, no, we just give it as part of our service. Whether or not they can or cannot receive pallets, if that makes sense for you. Maybe you're acquiring inventory from liquidations. I don't know. How long do they keep their invoices on file? That matters. How do they handle returns, accounts that they want you to have, software they want you to have, just to be able to do business with them? Any restrictions or limitations on hazmat? How long would they keep your products in storage before they start charging you fees? What's their customer service process? So those are some of the things that I would consider if you're going with the fulfillment and prep center or fulfillment center. I know that this says prep center all through here, but it's really fulfillment and a fulfillment center or prep and fulfillment center. So I hope this information is helpful. I did go through a lot of stuff really quick. We talked about automating using a VA. We talked about automating using tools and streamlining using tools. We talked about social media and some of the platforms using doing ads or cross listing on other platforms. We also talked about using prep and fulfillment centers. So I hope all of this is helpful. I hope that you consider using some of these things to help you scale your business or to help you prepare for Q4. Again, remember, only take on one thing at a time as you go on that journey. So if you're currently inside the eCom Sellers Academy Facebook group, this is your opportunity to write down your questions for this week in the comments section. So in the comments section underneath this video, please write your questions that you might have, and we'll come through and answer those questions. This is our Q&A time. So again, write down the questions that you have underneath in the comment section underneath this video so that we can come and answer your questions. I hope this information is a blessing to you and your business. If you haven't already done so, schedule a free 20-minute coaching session so we can go through and put together your Q4 game plan. And with that, we're going to say goodbye for now. Bye, y'all.